The General Hospital recap features Tracy Quartermain being forced to fess up that she may have misunderstood what happened to her son Ned. In this episode, Tracy was forced to backtrack when Chase confronted her. It also turned out that Ned was in worse condition than anyone imagined. Sunny and Nina made it to the hospital to be there for Brooke Lynn, while Carly spent her time convincing Jocelyn that Dex needed to work for Sunny again. Finally, Austin warned Ava she might have to help kill someone she didn't want to kill. Now let's dig a little deeper into the details. Olivia, Lisa Locicero, Brooke Lynn, Amanda Setton, and Chase, Josh Swickard, were shocked when Tracy, Jane Elliott, accused Drew, Cameron Matheson, of attacking Ned Wally Kurth. Drew denied all wrongdoing and told everyone what really happened. Ned tripped on a towel, hit his head, and fell into the pool. Tracy continued to insist Drew was lying and brought up the time Drew punched Ned a few weeks back. Tracy barely thought about her son's condition as she demanded that Chase arrest Drew. At the hospital, Tracy, Olivia, and BLQ waited for word on Ned. Tracy wanted Finn, Michael Easton, to be the one taking care of Ned rather than Taj Bello. So Finn checked on Ned and reported he might have swelling in the brain. Tracy used the opportunity to pin things on Drew once again. Sunny, Morris Bernard, couldn't understand why Nina, Cynthia Watrous, seemed a bit distracted and distraught when all she could think about was the SEC tip and what happened to Ned. She wanted to tell Sunny the truth, but could not bring herself to do it. She feared hurting him again like in Nixon Falls, and Sunny was perplexed about why she was bringing up old wounds. She finally asked to just go home and shut out the rest of the world. Too bad a frantic Brooke Lynn called with the news about Ned, so Minna had to pretend she had no idea what was going on. They both headed to the hospital to see how Ned was. When they got there, Brooke Lynn updated them, and Nina was stunned when she heard Tracy's lies, considering she really saw what happened. She somehow managed to keep a straight face as Tracy raged on, but then TJ arrived with news about Ned's condition. He explained that Ned had brain swelling and that his brain was briefly deprived of oxygen. TJ reiterated they have to just wait and see what happens when Ned wakes up. Olivia hysterically broke down because she feared he would never wake. As Brooke Lynn jumped into Sunny's arms for comfort, Nina looked like she was going to be sick. At the PCPD, Drew explained to Chase what happened at the pool. Chase seemed to believe Drew, but then left the interrogation room to look at the security footage from the pool. When Chase made it to the hospital, he tried to get Tracy to recant her story since the security footage showed that the whole incident was an accident. Tracy then said everything happened fast and took back her version of things. Later, when Chase got a text, all he could do was look over at Minna quietly talking to Sunny. Jocelyn, Eden McCoy, decided to be pragmatic about Dex, Evan Hofer, continuing to work for Sunny, Morris Bernard, as he assured her that since he was no longer a spy for Michael, Chad Duell, he would be fine. Just then, Michael and Carly, Laura Wright, walked in with a truce offer and another surprise as well. Before they got to it, Jocelyn took a few more minutes to be nasty and rude to Michael, so Michael told Dex he had another job for him. He still wants Dex to work for Sunny. He just wants him to babysit Sunny now and report to Michael rather than bring him down. Needless to say, the idea of Dex protecting Sunny did not sit well with Joss at all. She was sure Carly wouldn't like the idea, but Carly broke some news to her. This was her idea. She told her that Joss shouldn't worry because Michael would be his backup if there was any trouble. Jocelyn was not reassured, and when she was alone with Dex, she begged him not to accept Michael's offer. Dex insisted this time, working for Michael would be different because he'd now be protecting Sunny. Dex wanted to be the East Coast version of Brick, Stephen A. Smith, someone who will have Sunny's back and not cut and run when the going gets rough. He sure was embracing this new role as Sunny's right-hand man. Joss finally accepted Dex's decision, but not before letting her mother and brother know that she didn't like it. Ava, Maura West, and Austin Roger Howarth met up for a drink at the Metro Court, where they discussed Mason's Nathaniel Gray demands. Ava was worried about betraying the most dangerous man she knew. Austin had a warning for Ava, Mason, and his boss might be more dangerous than Sunny. Ava was just worried about Sunny taking Ava from her, but Austin gave her some bad news. If she didn't listen to Mason, they could both be killed. Ava stressed that she would never deprive Avery of her father and that she'd never be a part of killing Sunny. She was angry at being manipulated but also wanted to know why Austin cared so much. So he admitted that she is never boring, and he got a kick out of hearing her say mean things. He even compared her to the feeling you get when a cocktail burns your throat, and Ava was completely flattered. However, she wasn't happy when she realized that Austin also wanted her to return a favor since he did her one when he kept her Nicholas secret. Austin admitted he has been trying to get out from under Mason's boss's thumb for years, but has had no luck. Ava explained that Sunny only tolerates her and doesn't trust her, but Austin just figured she'd have to find a different way to get the information Mason's boss wanted. She just had to think outside the box. Ava was further horrified when she learned that Mason's goal was to kill Sunny. Austin reasoned that Ava's life would be less stressful if Sunny were gone for good. General Hospital spoilers reveal anguish and despair coupled with a celebration, as well as big news and bundles of nerves. Jordan, Tanisha Harper, finally catches up with Taggart, Rel Andrews, and learns just how hard he is really taking the news that he is not Trina's, Tabyana Ali, biological dad. He goes over his marriage and the mistakes he made that led to Portia's, Brooke Kerr, affair with Curtis and realizes that he may have ruined his own life. Taggart breaks down, but at least Jordan is there to comfort him. Meanwhile, Curtis, Donald Turner, celebrates his birthday with a big bash at the Metro Court pool, right where Ned fell and ended up in a coma the night before. He is happy with his whole family, including his newfound daughter Trina. All Portia wants to know is if there is still any hope for her and her new husband. Drew, Cameron Matheson, has a whole lot to tell Carly, Laura Wright, about their SEC case and their plans to make Ned, Wally Kurth, convince the feds that he didn't really mean it when he said they committed insider trading. Of course, the SEC can do their own investigation, and Ned is not the tipster, but Drew and Carly remain convinced that he is. Imagine Carly's shock when she learns that Ned is in a coma, and Tracy blamed Drew for Ned's plunge, but then recanted her story. What are they going to do now that they can't blackmail Tracy, Jane Elliott? Will Drew go ahead with his plan to fall on his proverbial sword and turn himself in to save Carly? It's not like Scout really knows him anyway, so what's a little jail time in the scheme of things? Speaking of Ned's fall and the SEC, TJ tells Olivia that he has some news on Ned's condition. Will he wake up? If he does, will he remember what really happened before he tripped into the pool? Gladys, Bonnie Burrows, knows she has to have all that money ready to pay Selena Wu. Lydia look, now that she is heading back to Port Charles, she still has nothing and doesn't even have a lot of information on Sunny, Morris Bernard, to give the mobster. What will Gladys do next to get some cash and make sure Sasha, Sophia Matson, doesn't know? Sasha is determined to end this guardianship, which serves to make Gladys even more anxious as her cash source may soon dry up. When she tries to talk Sasha out of her idea, Sasha wonders why Gladys doesn't seem to believe in her. Jordan Ashford has been in a bit of a dry spell on General Hospital, and no, that kiss from Curtis, which he instantly walked back, doesn't count. Which is why we were happy for her hookup with Zeke Jordan. Tanisha Harper seemed pretty happy too. Until she learned that Zeke, Gavin Houston, was Portia's, Brooke Kerr, brother. Should she keep seeing him? Here's what almost 2,000 voters told us. Doesn't Jordan have enough problems with Curtis, Donald Turner, and Portia? 14% of you are wondering. Adding Zeke to the mix is definitely a bad idea. What are those four going to do? Play bridge together? There is no way this is going to work, and there is no point in even pretending otherwise. Zeke is adorable, 31% of the audience begs to differ, and more importantly, he is good for Jordan. He seems sweet and fun and oh, yeah, not wishy-washy about what he wants. Now that may change once we get to know him better, and he turns out to be as awful as anyone. But for now, he's the best thing that's happened to Jordan in a long time, and she shouldn't be limiting herself because of who he happens to be related to. Zeke is great, and all 55% agree. But the best thing about him is that Jordan dating Zeke sends a clear message to Curtis that she doesn't need him anymore. She's got someone younger, someone hotter, and someone who won't throw a temper tantrum if she has to be a professional and not fill him in on her job. Zeke seems chill, And as a lawyer, he probably understands confidentiality a bit better than Curtis. So yeah, Zeke is better in every way, and Jordan shouldn't rest until Curtis realizes that.